Hello, 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 people. Okay, just waiting for my guest. Hi, hello, Southside King, host of music. Hello, I'm just waiting for young verbal. Anytime now, hopefully he'll be here with me. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, host of music. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining. Self-styled King, you too. Hello, thanks for joining. I'm really excited for this interview. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all having a good week. All right, we're just gonna wait a little bit longer for. I'm sure he's connecting. Hi, the Kumba guy. Happy to have you here. Okay, I'm really happy. We've got a good crowd. Okay, I'm just going to check and see if. Oh man. Where is my guest? Where is my guest? I hope you're all having a good week. I'm having a good week. This interview is something I've really been excited about all week. So fingers crossed it happens. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Oh boy. Yes. Okay, he sent me a message. He's on his way. Okay, he is nearby, so I'm just going to try and send him an invite. Yeah, when I say young nearby, I mean he is connected. I don't know why he's not showing up on my. I know he's online, just it's not. I can't find him. All right, I don't know why that is. Ay. All right, join. All right, just sending him a message to tell him I'm online. He's online too. I'm not really sure why I can't see him. I can see everybody else that's here, but I can't see young verbal. So, how's everybody doing while I wait for my guest? I've pinned my YouTube channel, so let me do a little shameless self-plugging. You could subscribe to my channel. I'm doing artist interviews when I can, reaction videos to Zambian musicians, obviously videos. And what else am I doing? I do album reviews. I compile fun lists such as, recently I did a top 10 list of female musicians. I've done another video that I really, really liked. Shout out to the host of music. He gave me the idea for this one. And it was 8 times that Zambian musicians have made us proud. Okay, he is here. So I'm just gonna stop babbling. Young Verbal. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Young Verbal is in the house. Young Verbal is in the house. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I am good. I am so happy that you have joined me. Okay? So big thank you. All right, putting my phone on silent. I do not want to be disturbed. Okay. So how are you doing today? Thanks for coming. We have quite a few people who are here waiting, but I must tell you, I will leave this on here for 24 hours and I'll take it to my YouTube channel. Okay. So yeah. All right. So where have you been? What have you been doing? Before you start talking about Rovert Cartel music, I have questions about that, but tell me about Young Verbal.
Young Verbal has been going through a transformation, man. So much has happened in my career, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as everyone knows, I was part of a group called Zone Fam. You know what I mean?
Big fan. Oh my god, this is so hard because I am such a fangirl. So
thank you. I appreciate that. We did amazing things, man. We did very, very amazing things, and it was such an awesome experience. Being surrounded by such amazing creatives, you know what I mean? So we decided that it was time for us to try and venture into solo careers and and grow as individual artists. So when it was time for that to happen, Young Verbal kind of had an identity crisis, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know who I was outside of the group, you know what I mean? So the whole time I've been announcing that I'm gonna drop a project. You know what the artist thing to do, guys. I'm gonna drop a project. Wait on me. I am coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take over and all of that. You know what I mean? At the same time, man, like I wasn't sure which part of myself I wanted people to experience. You know what I mean? So many people were attached to the Young Verbal from Zone Fam, Young Verbal of Zone Fam. So like there was a big attachment to the brand. You know what I mean? So even for me individually, you know what I'm saying? Even me myself, like I felt that. So now it was time for people to experience Young Verbal. Not Young Verbal of Zone Fam, not Young Verbal from Zone Fam, just Young Verbal. Like, it was time for people to know who I am. So, hey, man, like for that to happen, I know a lot of people don't, but for that to happen, like, man, a lot of introspection has to take place, man. Like a lot of soul searching. Yeah, and at the time, I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready to have that conversation with the world. So I just disappeared for a little bit, and hence this is the first question I always get, like in whatever interviews I'm doing, you know what I mean? But it was necessary, man. Like a lot of growth, a lot of evolution, and understanding of what I want people out there to experience in terms of when they listen to my music, they're like, that's Young Verbal, and that's what I'm ready to do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm so happy you went straight into I've been this, I've been that, Zone Fam. I wanted that to come from you. I didn't want to throw it at you already. Okay. Let's talk about your musical projects. Okay, I'm a fan of Zambian musicians' content on YouTube because I'm on YouTube a lot. So I've seen your channel. You've got a project that you dropped 11 months ago. Fabulous, fantastic project. And then your most recent project. Let's talk about your most recent project this year. What was that like, putting out a project in 2020?
Yeah, it was such a challenge, man. It was such a challenge because Yeah, 2020 was crazy for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, 2020 wasn't easy to navigate. It caught a lot of people off guard. And I
Yeah.
feel like artists got the short end of the stick because like it affected the way we usually do things. You know what I mean? So usually, you
Yeah.
just put something out and the rest would happen. But now it was
Yeah.
different because the project that I did, it featured queens from all over the continent. I had artists from a lioness from Namibia.
Mm-hmm.
I had artists from Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria. So hey man, it was such a challenge, but it was so fulfilling to see it come to life, man, because it's an idea that I've always had. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a good excuse for me to try and experiment and see if it can be pulled off. So it was
Okay.
and for me, it was a big win, man. It was a big win because I mean the Queens did an amazing job. They did because the original was already out that featured R.I.P. to my boy Dave, man. The original
Yeah.
featured Dave, Dimple Williams, T-Sean, and it had
Mm-hmm.
myself on it. Uh so
Yes.
so it was already heavy from the onset, you know what I mean? So
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So I wanted the remix to be stronger. I wanted the remix to be heavy. So the only thing I could think of is like, you know what? There's queens out there who do amazing things in our music space. So I wanted to give them a platform so they can do that, you know?
Smart move. Smart move on your part. Okay.
Thank you.
So from this project, yeah, which one? I mean, what was your favorite part about doing this project or putting this project together? What was your favorite thing, your take home? Like, this happened and I feel strongly about this
Um,
project.
yeah, okay. You know what? I'm gonna be 100% honest. This project wasn't easy to put together, okay? It wasn't easy to put together. Working with artists is difficult. Like, let me just put that out there. Like, working with multiple artists is like the biggest headache you can. Because I know myself, like I'm a lot of work. Okay, like I'm a lot of work. Trevor will tell you. Trevor will tell you. Like I'm a handful. I'm a handful. So now
Trevor, is that too?
now imagine having like 5 different artists. Yo, it
Yeah,
wasn't easy. But one thing I did learn is that take people as they are, but at the
yeah.
same time stay true to your values while you're creating something. So the reason why I say that is because I reached out to a large number of artists like before the track came
Putting
into
it.
fruition. Exactly. So a lot of people didn't respond. A lot of people were dilly dallying. A lot of so hey man, like for me. It taught me patience. If I took anything out of the project, it would definitely be patience because and I love you women, I'm saying you are the light of the world, but yo I thought
What
I
what
was
I, what are you about to say? What's that but for?
you guys want everything to be perfect. You want everything to be perfect, like to the letter. It
Yeah,
has to be on point all the time. So it was my
yeah,
first time experiencing that because with 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 my prior project it's more of a intuition type of a thing, you know what I mean? If we feel that the record is ready, then the heavy lifting is done. So
yeah,
having 5 perfectionists on one record, it was a headache. Like
yeah,
we a lot of times we'd be like, no, this doesn't sound right, no, that doesn't sound right, that doesn't sound right. So
yeah,
yeah, like it taught me patience, man. And at the same time, like it made me appreciate the work that goes into putting a record. Because for me, the rotation she
yeah,
makes got a special place in my heart because of the journey of creating the
yeah.
record. You know what I mean? So like yeah, patience, patience, patience. Definitely patience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you worked with Spoken Priestess, and then I mean, could you tell us how did you guys connect and come together and say, maybe we should consider doing ABCD,
Yeah.
the rotation mix.
Okay, first of all, Spoken Priestess is an amazing, amazing soul, man. Like I've known her for a very long time, but
Yeah,
it's always been like from a distance, you know what I mean? Like she's always doing amazing things. That's the thing. So we've always wanted to work together It's just that the opportunity never came up. So this time around, like, rotation, the original was out, and it's like, yo, that's a dope record. And I'm like, yeah, that is a dope record. So I was thinking of doing a remix. And the funny thing is, I'm the one who actually approached Spoken about it. You know what I mean? Because for me, I feel like Spoken is Iron Man, because she's the one who assembled the Avengers together.
Yeah, oh, brilliant analogy.
So she was the perfect person to have and run with the project, because I know her passion for African music, number one. And she's very outspoken about a woman's place in any field, be it music or anything else. She's very outspoken about that. So I knew that she'd be the right person. Like if I approached and I told them, like, look, this is the project that I'm working on, this is the idea that I have. Before I could even finish, it's like, I see it. So I was like, yes, crazy. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So I give her a lot of credit, and that's the reason why Rotation She Makes is not only a Young Voba record. No, it's Young Voba and Spoken Priestess, because her input is just as valuable as mine was. You know what I mean? If anything, she just took the record and she ran with it, man. She made sure she's one of the perfectionists I'm talking about. Like, yo, one of the perfectionists I'm talking about. So she made sure that everything was perfect. Everything, she made sure the queens were ready. She made sure the queens were prepared mentally to go into that space and create the movement. And the thing is, for her, it was more than a record. You know what I mean? It was more of a movement. It was a statement. And for me, that was beautiful to witness. You know what I mean? Because for me, it was like, we're creating beautiful music, but for her mind space was somewhere else. It went beyond. It was, uniting Africa, which has always been like, and still is like, a big passion of mine, through music. But for her, she saw it and she wanted it to be exactly that. So she infused that into the record, and she did an amazing job, man. She did such an amazing job. And that's my superhero, man. That's who you call. That's who you call when things go real.
Okay, so do you have a favorite or some favorite songs of the Rotation She Makes? Could you tell us which ones those are? Because when I go and tell people, let's listen to this, and these three are, or two, or whatever, which ones are your favorite of the Rotation She Makes?
Okay, so Rotation She Makes is one song.
No.
So so you mean my favorite song that I've dropped so far?
Yes.
Woo, that's like asking a parent to pick a favorite child, man. That's you know what I mean?
Okay, no pressure.
Okay, but no, if I had to choose,
yes.
I would definitely say the Rotation She Makes, because of the work that went into it. I'd go with the Rotation She Makes. Yeah.
I mean, I sense that even, when you talk about it, and, like from the artist management to the vision of the project, I sense is something that you're really, really passionate about. And it worked very well that you managed to work with Spoken Priestess. Okay. Are you going to do any
I'm
more
sorry,
collabs?
you broke off a little bit there. Like you did the whole robot thing. Can you please?
I was saying how it's good you did the project, and I have a sense that you are passionate about it. So I agree with you. Then my next question was, should we expect any more collabs from you?
Oh yes. Yes.
Can you tell us who you might be collaborating with, or that's a secret?
For now it's a secret. But I got an opportunity to work with some of my favorite artists.
Oh.
Obviously, I'll be biased. It's no surprise, guys. Like, of course, there'll be names you see. Of course, the squad is gonna be there. Like, you know what I mean? That's not even much of a surprise. You know what I mean? But man, there's some amazing artists that I've got to work with that I'm very excited about you guys getting to hear it. But yeah, I can't let
Yes.
too much out of the bag. Yeah, I can see my
Okay,
boss is
okay.
directing me. I
Yes,
cannot.
yes, and actually, it's good because then that's it about you now. I was very crafty about asking for this interview. I said,
Ah,
Rovert Cartel music. I managed to get in my little to my questions in there, so thank you. Now,
ah,
about what is Rovert Cartel music? Tell people who don't know, tell people who missed the social media buzz. Tell us.
mhm. Rovert Cartel Music is a branch. So let me start off by saying I met an amazing individual by the name of Trevor Mumba. Trevor
Mhm.
Mumba is a mentor. He's a brother. He's a friend, and now a business partner. So
Yeah.
when Trevor and I started communicating and talking, Trevor was and is my manager. Yes, but at the same time, yeah, at the same time, Trevor is the type of guy to ask you, "What's your wildest dream?" You know what I mean? Like, what's the one thing you wish you could achieve? And I'm like, yo, man, one day, and I want to own a record label, and I gave him all these crazy ideas of mine, and he's like, okay, fine, let's do that. So, so Trevor and I have been working for a very, very long time, putting
Yes.
together like a record company. So Trevor Mumba owns Rovert Marketing. That's his baby.
Yes.
That's one of his businesses. He's a very big businessman, and he's got like multiple businesses. But I wanted to, since I love music so much, and I've always wanted to own a record company.
Yeah.
Trevor being the businessman that he is, he was very keen on venturing into something like that. So
Okay.
myself, I've my company beforehand was Cartel Music. So everything that Young Robert does was Cartel Music. Yeah, so
Okay.
Trevor being, Rovert Marketing, two forces came together,
Together.
and then that's
Yeah.
how we created Rovert Cartel Music.
Magic.
Yeah, so that is Rovert Cartel. Rovert Cartel Music is a record label that's owned by Trevor Mumba and Reggie Mukhani, and the CEO is Young Robo, and the first artist under Rovert Cartel Music is Young Robo. Yes, I signed
Okay.
myself, guys. Like, you cannot be surprised. Yes, I signed myself. Yeah, so that's
Oh,
Rovert
oh,
Cartel Music.
okay. Because you answered what was going to be my next question. How did it come about? Blah blah. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My next question, yeah, is
Mhm.
what's going to make Rovert Cartel music different from other record labels that are out there now? What are you going to be doing different?
Okay. The biggest thing that we're gonna be doing different, first of all, is the typical cry of every artist worldwide, being taken advantage of by big corporates. I
Yeah,
mean, it's not a secret. Like, it's a universal thing. We've seen this multiple times. Some of the biggest artists in the world are in
yeah,
record contracts that they can't get out of. They're in
yeah.
I mean, just recently, Kanye was on this as well. Like, he was breaking it down, and then to bring it locally. Some of the biggest acts in South Africa have complained about the same. Some of the biggest acts in Zambia. So the most common cry is always being taken advantage of by big corporates.
Yeah,
Robert Cartel
yeah.
Music, we want to concentrate more on having the artist heard, and not only just being about getting money out of the artist. So
Okay.
myself, as an artist, like, I know I know the plight of the artist in the creative space. I know the
Yeah.
obstacles that are there. I know what hinders you, even though you are talented, but what can hold you back,
Uh-huh.
and why you
Yeah.
cannot go forth and bring most of your dreams to life. I know what the limitations
Yes.
are. So our approach is different because we are more focused on the creative than we are on getting monetary gain out of the creative. Not to say that we don't want to make money. Of course, we want to make money. I mean, everybody wants to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we're more focused on creating an environment where an artist can be exactly that, an artist,
Yeah.
and not have to
Yeah.
worry about everything else, because that affects
Yeah.
the art. People don't understand that when artists are creating, external factors
Yes.
are motivation and a muse, but at the same time they can be a dream killer, they can be
Yes.
hindrance, they can be heavy, So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
at Rovert Cartel Music, we want to focus on the artist, and not only the artist. We want to give the young creative who doesn't have a voice, and we want to give them something that they can give out to the world. That's what's going to make us different, and that is what is different about us.
I mean, I suspected all of that you were going to use your years of experience being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that for me, sometimes people forget, but it's important to have people who've either gone through the process, who
Mm-hmm.
know the ropes, guiding. So for me, that's why this is huge. I was so excited when I saw your collab and partnership. I was like, this is so. It's great you said that. So thank you very much.
No
My next
pressure.
question.
No pressure.
My next question is, what's your take on the current state of the Zambian music industry? Just broad terms, like what do you think about it?
Yeah, and a lot of people won't like my answer, eh? A lot of a lot of people won't like my answer. It leaves a lot to be desired. It's there's so much talent in Zambia, man. Like so much talent in Zambia. Like it's mind-boggling. Like if you can just like go through the music that is out there, there's some
Yes.
amazing artists, but the system around the industry and the controlling factors, it's just not set up the way it's supposed to be, man. So it like the how can I put this diplomatically, without being that guy. I feel like the artistry is not taken seriously in Zambia. Not by the artist, but I'm gonna put a lot of responsibility on organizations,
Yeah.
being sponsors and beneficiaries or whatever you want to call them, people in that
Yeah.
space. Because number one, they don't put that much value on the artist. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If they did, then the endorsement deals would be out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorships would be impactful not only on the artist but the people around the artist, therefore improving the type of music that will be put out.
Yeah.
And there's no systems in place, man, like that protect the artist. Like for example, if an artist puts out music, you can get
Yeah.
an artist music like at a snap of a finger, and artists have been crying about this for a very long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it affects the buying culture. So now when it affects the buying
Yes.
culture, exactly, and then it gets now to the fans, because now the fans are so used to just getting music without actually
For free.
having to purchase it. when
Yeah.
when so when an artist comes and says, I'm putting out the record but I expect you to buy my record, it becomes it
Right.
becomes something like, oh, why you, what makes you special, you know what I mean? Why now all of a sudden? So there's a lot of unlearning that needs to take place. So it puts artists in a very complicated space, man, because you
Yeah.
a lot of work goes into creating the music that you people dance to in the clubs, and that you play at your weddings, and that you play at your gatherings. I mean, a lot of work goes into that, like, but you take the value away from the artist if you don't empower them by putting
Yeah.
systems in place that protects the artist. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
this is their craft, this is their art, this is how they put food on the table, and this is how, in order for the
Yes.
art to be improved upon, like, you have to, there's a lot of things that have to be paid for. So if an artist is not making money, then he's going to try and cut
Yeah.
corners to create the art, and then that affects the
Yeah.
art form across the board. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And hey, man,
Yeah.
with the type of quality and talent that's out there in Zambia, man, it's heartbreaking. But I believe that a revolution will happen. And you
Okay.
know what? Rovert Cartel Music will be one of the fighters to make sure that the buying culture changes. You know what I mean? It won't be
Yes,
easy. It will not be easy, but it needs it's a conversation that needs to start. You know what I mean? If it doesn't
yeah,
start now, then like the next generation is gonna have to deal with the same, which should not be the case at all. So the next generation is
exactly.
in a better position than we were when we started doing music. You know what I mean? So
I,
yeah, yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100. You are echoing everything I say all the time. So
Mm,
it's good it's
mm.
coming from you. My next question is, um, a celebrated musician commented the other day and said how if you don't buy Zambian music, you do not have a right to have an opinion about it. What is your take on that?
Um, that comes from a place of truth. That comes from a place of truth because it goes back to what I was saying. I know from an outside point of view, you'd be like, huh, how can you say that? That doesn't make sense. But then like understand where that artist is coming from, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know what? People don't want that type of truth to be said. But you know what? I agree. I agree.
yeah,
If you do not buy Zambian music, then you're not a supporter. Then you are not a fan.
yeah,
Then, like, I mean, if you were really a fan, then you would feel the need to actually invest into that and say, I'm gonna buy this because I appreciate this artist. I appreciate the music that they make, and then you buy it.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
once you buy it, I mean, it's not a favor. Like you purchasing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I understand where. First of all, shout out to whoever said that. You know what I mean? I think I know who it is. I think I know who it is. I think because I think I saw it and I retweeted it. But yeah, but
Yes,
it's something that needed to be said. I support it. I support it
good,
100%. I mean, it's true. It's true.
good,
We don't want to admit, but
good.
it's true.
No,
Mm,
no. You said it. You said it before. Like you have to. A lot goes into making music that you
hmm
hear, that we hear as fans. So if we're not spending on this music that we love, how are our artists going to make more of what we love? It's connected.
yeah.
Yeah. So two more questions and then we're done. Yeah. Why don't know, but like I've been looking a lot at YouTube channels for Zambian artists because I do music video reactions, or I put out lists like this is the top favorite
hmm
ABCD for 2020, my perspective. Yeah.
hmm
And I have a question. Yeah. I've noticed artists don't really push their YouTube channels. They don't really curate a lot of content on their YouTube channels,
hmm
or their videos are on a lot of random YouTube channels. And I'm like, but this is music for artist A. Why is it on +35 YouTube channel? What's the
Yeah.
connection? So why don't artists make an effort to like really push their channels? It's not just a job for YouTubers. There's like why are they letting YouTube content just wander around and not pay attention to their channels?
Um. Okay. I think mostly. Okay. Talking from experience, because
Yeah,
I've been bitten by this bug before.
yeah,
Lack of protection. So basically, what happens is when you release a song or a
yeah,
video, before you know it, it's on like maybe let's say 4 or 5 other channels. And the thing is, there's no systems in place to like warn the artist most of the time, and most of the case that look, it's here and there and there. And most of the times when they reach out to these platforms for them to pull it down, like it becomes
yeah.
a conversation. So the reason why a lot of people do that is because I feel like there's no repercussions. You know what I mean? So
Uh,
I mean, at the end of the day, we all know now that YouTube can be monetized. So the more popular the content, the bigger the paycheck. So, a lot of people who have the know-how are taking advantage of
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So it's it's slavery, man. It's slavery, man. Because
Personally, yeah. What I do if I know an artist has a channel, Young
Mhm.
Verbal has his YouTube channel, and I know this is his channel. If I find your song on somewhere else that is not your channel, you know what I do? I report that video. I don't care what they do to me after hearing this, but I report them because it's not their content.
True,
They shouldn't make money from your content.
true,
Yeah, that's what I do.
true,
So I hope more people catch on this and do that. Yeah. Last question. What can we expect from Rovert Cartel Music? You're the signed artist. What are you guys working on that you can share with me so I can be like, exclusive breaking news?
Exclusive breaking news is Rovert Cartel Music is dropping 2 official projects this year. This year, there's 2 official projects that Rovert Cartel Music is going to be dropping before the end of the year. And
I want interviews. I want interviews. Okay, I want interviews. I want interviews.
I promise. You'll be the first to know. But yeah, definitely. The biggest announcement is that we've officially got 2 projects that are ready to be rolled out. 2 projects, 2 big projects. In fact, 2 big projects are coming out before the end of the year. That is our timeline. So for 2020, to launch Rovert Cartel Music officially, we've got 2 projects dropping. That's what I'm so happy. That's what I can tell you.
I'm so happy. Trevor says badass projects at that.
Oh yes. Oh, see, Trevor is privileged, man, because he's heard the the fire that's been out there, man. So he knows, man. He's been mad excited for such a long time, man. And the thing is, you know what? I give him a lot of credit because Trevor took a step that a lot of people were scared to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's leading a revolution of empowering people who don't have much like that they can run with. You know what I mean? And he just makes so many lanes available for people to run and to go and do what they feel they need to do, man. So you know what? I'm very privileged and excited to be part of Rovert Cartel Music because what we want to do goes beyond just music. We are bringing back Black excellence. We're bringing back like African pride. You know what? It's gonna be such a beautiful journey, man. You guys are not ready. But it needs to be done. All right.
I'm excited. I'm so excited because you want to see an artist or people that you admire doing amazing things. I'm always like of the idea like if Rovert Cartel Music shines, internationally, it's Zambia shining, so I'm Zambian. I'm shining too.
I don't have a flag, but that's what I'm waving.
Oh man, I can't thank you enough for making the time to chat with me. So please, let's do this again when your projects are about to drop or when they drop.
Yes.
And all the best. I don't know. I can't express how much success through this live that I want you to have because it's a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me, number 1. Number 2, thank you for empowering artists. Thank you for having artists know that they're valuable and having the fans know as well that put value in your artist and the music will be out of this world. You are a star for them. And for that, I respect you. I will
I'm not sleeping today. Thank you so much.
I'll be back.
And when I put this on YouTube, I will tag you and you can find it there, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks everyone that showed up.
What's up,
bye, Reggie?
Big homie.
Bye, Young Verbal.
We're taking over the world, man. We're taking over the world.
This guy's amazing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.